Well, it's been a massive day of competition here from Ballito Bay. Of course, you're watching the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill, and what a great day of competition we've had. It's great to have your company wherever you are watching around the world. Brad Bricknell here alongside Kyle Linder, and a very big welcome back to Tashmantasty.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic day of surfing. So excited to get it started here in Ballito. And despite the smaller swell, we saw some really good surfing coming out of most of those heats.
Kyle, we've got to call a couple of heats together today. Any highlights that are popping up for you immediately? We're going to go through some of the biggest heat scores today, but...
Well, look, I've got to go with Luke Thompson, the youngster getting the wild card, 18 years old, and, you know, he got through. And then we're about to listen to one of my other highlights, because just the different kind of surfing that Aitan brought to the party. Yeah, well, he started off with a 7.5 opening wave and then backed it up with a beautiful air reverse on the inside. And we're going to throw it down now to Aitan Osborne, the winner of that last heat.
Aitan, you flew all the way from Los Angeles. It's the first time you've been in Ballito, halfway around the world. Big pressure in an event like this. It's your first Challenger Series event here. What did you do in preparation for that heat? You killed it, and getting through with a win in the last heat of the day.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a long way. I mean, you do like the 16 hours to Dubai, which sucks. And then it was only 2 flights to Dubai and then here. But it's long, and you know, you're jet lag and stuff, so taking some naps. But no, I'm psyched. I haven't surfed in a Challenger event since right before COVID, and I got in as an alternate, so I'm stoked to make it. Felt good.
That was a fantastic win. So the Challenger Series, you're now into the second round. Must be a big weight off your shoulders to get through that first heat. What's your strategy going to be going into the rest of the event, and what was your goal coming to surf this Challenger here in South Africa?
I didn't really have a goal. I wasn't like supposed to be in it, but I mean, I got in as an alternate, so whatever I do, I'm stoked, and hopefully I do well enough that I keep getting spots in them, and then hopefully just full time and then qualify. That's the goal.
Well done. That was a great heat. We'll see you in the next couple of days. Enjoy your the celebration from that heat win, and all the best for the rest of the heat. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, for a great interview down there with the winner of that last heat. And Kai, I know he's one of your favourite surfers, and great to hear he came down here with no goal, but actually looking at the way he constructed that heat, he had good strategy, he had good execution, and now we hear his goal is to actually qualify for the Championship Tour. He'd be a great addition, wouldn't he? Yeah, it's good to see someone like Aitan wanting to sort of go for it. A lot of the times we see these alternative surfers shying away from competitive surfing, but we need these kind of guys on tour. We can't just have all the clean-cut guys, you know. This is surfing, and we want some rock stars and some punk rockers out there who are willing to not only push the limits of the sport, but also show us some new stuff. Yeah, absolutely right. And Tashmantasty, we're talking throughout the day about the significance of having international pro surfing back in South Africa. It's been an amazing spectacle this first day, seeing the crowd on the beach. And what does it mean for the South Africans and for the spectators seeing these international stars on our shores?
Yeah, well, it's been a big hiatus to have all these international surfers. For me, having the women and the caliber of women that are coming to our shores because of the Challenger Series, and thanks to Ballito Pro and Quadakuza. So it's just fantastic, but really for the South Africans as well to kind of, you know, see where they are on the scale and see what they need to do to be able to get onto that Challenger Series and then eventually onto the CT.
Well, awesome. We saw some amazing waves go down today, and we have an opportunity now to review some of the best waves of the day. First up is going to be Jacob Wilcox with that 7-point ride. Kai, let's have a look and see how he constructed this wave. Well, he came straight out the gates, flung the tail out, and made that air look easy. Shane was up next, and I loved how the young South African from Ballito put this together. Really solid performance with some good turns to the lip. Amazing stuff. And then Tashmantasty, we saw John Mell put together a 6.83 for this one. What'd you like?
Well, this was actually the first left of the contest, really, and it was a great start to his heat. I just loved the way how loose he was on the tail and how he released it. But yeah, looked really good. Alea Mooney is always good value, a 6.67 on this one, Kai.
Yeah, and Alejo loves the bank out here, Ballito. I had an incredible interview with him this morning, and he was just saying like that Ballito trophy is pride of place on his mantle.
Looks like Mateus Hurdy here. You were commentating this one live on the beach, almost 2 full rotations in one short space.
Well, I'm pretty sure if that second one had gone down, we were looking at a 10. It was incredible surfing from the young Brazilian. And then, of course, this guy was one of our favorites in the booth.
Kei Kobayashi, just loved the power and the explosiveness that he brought. And, of course, Rio Waida, number 2 on the Challenger Series, looking strong here, Ballito too.
Yeah, he's a solid unit, this little Indonesian, and he's been on an absolute tear this year.
And then Aitan Osborne, Tash, closed out the day with a big 7.5.
Oh, yeah, what a great way to end a good day of surfing, day 1 of the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. And like you were saying earlier, Kai, just throwing in something a little bit different, you know, and it makes it exciting for the fans and it makes it exciting for all of us watching here on the broadcast.
Yeah, it's been an amazing day competition. And Tash, you came in with some news. You have heard that we are actually on coming back tomorrow morning, 6:30 call for a possible 7:05 start to complete this men's round of surfing.
Yeah, that's correct. The charts are looking favourable, and with what we saw through that tide today, it looks like we should run, but I don't make the call, so it is 6:30 a.m. for a possible 7:05 start. We don't know if it's men's or women's. I would presume they would finish the men's round first before putting the ladies in.
And Kai, just having a look at our screen to the right here, Ryan Callanan, Jet Schilling, Cam Richards and Ryan Canalo make up the very first heat of the next call. So that is going to be an absolute doozy.
Well, there are no easy heats on the Challenger. What is interesting, Ryan Canalo just won the JQS this week, so he's also pretty used to this bank, and we saw how that was an advantage to Luke Thompson in having had that build-up of heats before the event, and I think he's going to be deadly. He's a really good young surfer from Brazil. He's got all the big moves, but Cal, I've been watching him in the free surfs at Bathers. My goodness, that man can display some water.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him back on the Challenger Series. Of course, he's one of those casualties of the mid-year cut to this year, so a lot of talk about that too, but plenty of time to get into those discussions as the week goes on. Of course, this is day 2 of the waiting period for the Challenger Series, day 1 of competition. We are running towards the finals weekend, and then of course the big one, the Championship Tour event coming up in J-Bay, the waiting period starting on the 12th of July, so plenty of surfing action coming up for these surf-starved South African surf fans.
Yeah, Brad, and I've got to say, one of the things I'm the most excited about, which I'm sure Tash will agree on, is I cannot wait for young South African girls to see the level that they're about to witness in this Challenger from the women's side of the field. Even in the junior series, we had like Betty Lou, Sakura Johnson, and a couple of the other girls competing, and it is incredible to see the growth over the last 3 years, especially in female surfing. And Caity Simmers and Molly Picklum and a whole bunch of these young girls coming from all over the planet. Of course, Sarah Baum is absolutely shredding for Team South Africa, so I'm super pumped to see the girls hit the water.
Before we wrap up, Tash, your thoughts on the women coming up? Any picks that you're really excited to watch?
Oh my goodness. You know I'm proudly South African, so I'm always going to support the Saffers, but Joanne Defay really for me is the one I'm really looking forward to. She's just had such consistency on the Championship Tour so far, putting the hard work in, and I would love to be able to watch and witness what she's going to do out here at the Ballito Pro.
All right, well, so much more to look forward to as the week unfolds. It's been an absolute pleasure having your company here in Ballito Bay, and we're going to wrap it up here this afternoon. And make sure you check back first thing tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. local time for a possible 7 a.m. start. From myself, Brad Bricknell, Kai Linda, and Tash Bentasti, and all the WSL crew here in Ballito Bay. It's a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Calm yourself down.
your love keep on lifting higher, higher and higher. I said your love keep on lifting higher and higher. Now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came and he soon departed, and you know he never.
Hi, we're the WSL. We travel all over the world, chasing the best waves and surfing the nicest beaches. But we don't just surf. We're also doing our best to protect the thing we love most by restoring coasts, stopping plastic pollution, and reducing climate impacts. We know we're not the only ones trying to save the ocean, so we want to hear what you're up to. Use hashtag WeAreOneOcean and tag WSL to share your sustainability story.